Sorry, I didn't mean to just...
Wow. I was aware of that, and I had a chat with the Victoria Film Commission about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're, up in arms and all that shit, but... Because, this is the place, the West Coast is the place.
They wanted to shoot it in Esquimalt. They wanted to shoot it at the scene where it happened. Like, that's what their plan was, but they're like, we can go to Ontario and save, like, tens of thousands of dollars on probably a decent, medium, low-budget production, right? It's Canadian TV or whatever. And you can't pass that up. Which I think is just going to be odd now to have some other place try and stand in for Victoria.
Yeah.
Like, the West Coast is the West Coast. It always looks like the West Coast.
Well, but Esquimalt is like any shithole that you'll find in a small town.
It's not just like when you look at the West Coast, it's always the trees and the surrounding stuff that just reads West Coast. Like, even when it's playing New York or some other city, it always looks like Vancouver or Victoria.
Right.
It can never not, as much as you try. So the best thing to do is set your project where you're shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
So to go and do something that's set in Victoria in Ontario, you're from Ontario. The trees aren't the same. They have different kinds of trees.
Hey, the birds are different. Everything's different.
Yeah,
I agree.
The sky is different.
I think that if they were only expecting that the show would be this TV movie we watched here, it's a TV movie or is it a movie?
I
think it's a TV movie. Although
assuming it's a TV movie.
Wasn't like Reese Witherspoon producing it or something?
I don't know.
Anyways, like TV movie, it would only be watched locally, and therefore that is a problem. But if it's going to be watched nationally, then I guess, they're not worried about with this tiny little pocket of the country. Like, we're a very sparsely populated area here.
I guess the only people that are really going to notice are people from this area. But to me, it's the principle.
Yeah, well,
Partially-
we are talking about TV production, right? There are no principles.
Partially because of the subject matter of like dealing with this girl that her death had a huge impact on the community, and it has for the last 10 to 15 years. And the fact that we have a really decent film production community out here that could really use the work.
Yeah.
That's the part that's annoying too. It's like all these people in Victoria, at least, that probably work on 1 or 2 movies a year if they're lucky, are now getting something that would be really close to everybody, and they'd be only doing a passion project for the entire crew if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know if I was involved on it, I would feel really like invested in it because of we worked in news for the last 8 years.
Yeah,
How many times do you kind of bring a
very
Virk story?
good.
Like every year at least there's one, right? So you kind of feel for it. And so that's why it's just kind of weird that to me it's like, okay, production, maybe eat the $10,000 and do it in Victoria.
Yeah, well, I would have thought that maybe some other outside intervention, like, sure, within the production they said, okay, well, hey, budget-wise, look, you got to go with your budget. You can't just go, well, but there should have been some outside intervention and going, oh, what, you're going to take production away? Okay, well, here, how about we do this? Like, we can't give you a tax break because that's how the rules go, but we'll give you accommodation or we'll give you this, we'll give you that.
We won't charge you for permits or something.
Because, there's got to be some kind of BC grant. It's a BC story. There's got to be some kind of BC fund that they can...
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a Department of Heritage for the province, or is it just like the country? Not that this is the kind of heritage that the government
For
wants
the
to...
BC heritage? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Huh. Yeah.
That just struck me as odd.
Yeah. I knew they were making it. I didn't know it was still going ahead. I figured they were going to wait.
Reese Witherspoon is co-producing with it.
That's what I thought. Huh?
It's based on a book by Rebecca Godfrey.
She's not going to be. She's not going to be able to co-produce many films if she keeps doing it for more expensive, just so she can be in the place.
Oh, she's doing it for more expensive.
Yeah. No, I mean.
Or if she did stay.
I for as far as like with Happy Town, the way it looks, it's just like the schools, the houses, the streets. It's all very appropriate. So I think you're right. I think. Toronto or Port Hope would look very. Even though it's similar size, like Port Hope is the same size as Victoria. It wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't look the same because the architecture is different. The street lights are different.
I guess you only know that if you're from there.
Yeah, Toronto has doubled for Chicago,
Yeah.
Toronto, whatever. So.
I was actually watching on some show and they were filming some movie in Ottawa and they were doubling Ottawa for Toronto and LA.
Now that's low budget.
And I'm like, really? You just can't drive.
DVD review here?
Yes.
You just can't drive the 3 hours, whatever it is, from Ottawa to Toronto and shoot your exteriors.
Where was it for Away We Go? They had that they shot like in, I guess, what city was like?
Oh, they made a stand in for Montreal?
Yeah, like the only one they couldn't do, like they couldn't
There we
stand
go.
it in was Miami, and everything else was.
Yeah, I forget,
They
it was some
faked it.
weird, like, southern city.
Yeah.